Hello guys, welcome to another video, and this is, well, actually, first of all, Merry Christmas to y'all. Here are today's notes of reading the Bible this is Philemon 1:22 through 25. Now, I don't have the actual verses here, I don't know if I'll read them or not, probably not, but, if you want to read them, then that's the verse right there, Philemon chapter 1 verses 22 through 25. So without a matter ado, here we go. So what? So pray and ask God for hope. Okay. Find any chance that you can or that you can get to spread the gospel of Jesus / le Bible. I have Le Bible because, I was just feeling silly when I wrote that, but it's just the Bible, but like in French or something. I don't know. Le is from French language. Yes. Me know how to speak words. Anyways, here is blessed with grace. Now, why? Here, Paul is closing out his letter, as he commonly does, his letter to Philemon, a slave owner, and kind of what's going on, is this guy Onesimus has escaped and went to Paul or whatever, and now Paul has, sent Onesimus back, but instead of Onesimus being, like, just a slave, now Paul has befriended him and gotten Onesimus to believe. So now he's sending Onesimus back with this letter, and probably some other guys as well. I think this came with some other important letter, like Thessalonians or Corinthians or something. I don't know. It probably wasn't either of those, but you know what? It's fine. Oh, also, if you were wondering, the chapter or the title for this little section is called Paul's Plea for Onesimus. So anyways, why? So yeah, Paul is closing out his letter, as he commonly does for his letters, with his final blessings and ideas for prayers and, stuff like that. Now, how? Even though this is a closing out, God can still teach us things with it. So yeah, this is kind of just a Paul's normal closing out, but God can still show his way, even through the casual actions of someone. My finger. So here it says we should pray to God and ask Him for grace for others and yourself. So you can ask God for grace, and by the way, I don't think we need to ask this, but because, maybe you can pray to God to have someone else give grace to you, but you don't really need to ask God himself for grace because God is so very gracious. Seriously, this guy has so much grace. It's just like, wow. But anyways, we should use here's the next spot. We should use any chance that we get to spread the word. Now, some story that I've heard recently that, I've kind of heard before that anyways, of Paul is basically Paul was on a boat going down to Rome as he was prisoner after he got arrested for curing a slave from a demon or whatever. I hope YouTube doesn't demonetize me for that. Well, anyways, stop fidgeting with that. It's gonna go into the video, and I don't want background noise. Anyways, basically, he gets him and the people trying to bringing Paul to Rome for him to be arrested and stuff have been shipwrecked after like some storm, And then at that point, Paul, instead of being like, oh no, God, why have you let us shipwreck? He just goes over to the locals and starts preaching to them or something like that. I don't remember the exact story. It's probably in the book of Acts. That's just like basically the entire story of like the New Testament with all the stuff coming after it, except for Revelation being like letters and stuff. Revelation was some guy named John. We don't know which John. It could be like any John, but it's John being shown visions of the future. Anyways, for this last spot here, we can bless others with grace. Now, we can bless others by being gracious to them. And of course, you can bless others in other ways. You can bless others by asking God to bless them, to have someone else give grace to the person. I hope this all makes sense. Okay, to make this make sense, so here's you, and then here's your friend. Now your friend owes like $20 to his friend. Now you pray to God that your friend's friend is gracious to your friend. So you pray to God and your friend's friend is gracious to your friend. Though sometimes it's not always like that. They won't always be gracious to your friend, but that's just kind of the idea. But what I mean by them being gracious is like your friend's friend could be like, "Oh, you don't need to give me $20 anymore," because your friend is in like because your friend doesn't have a job or something. So anyways, I think that's just kind of the Bible read. I hope you guys, or I guess a kind of devotional or something, my notes on it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I keep saying a lot, so sorry about that. I'm not exactly a professional, so I don't exactly have professional equipment. And I don't exactly have professional editors. I'm gonna be editing this myself. Well, anyways, I think that's gonna be it, guys. Stop saying Well, you know what? Enjoy the rest of your day or evening or whatever time of day it is, and just peace.